Hi everyone. Hi. Okay. I am Sri. I am from Amlapuram in Andhra Pradesh. So today I am talking about AWS volumes. AWS volumes are also called as elastic block storages. They are block storage devices used to store multiple things like application data, database storage, or about logs, files, and mission data, OS data. That's all. And why these volumes? These volumes provide a persistent storage which stored for a long period of time. Even if the instances are not running, if the storage blocks are not attached to any instance, they can be stored for a long period of time without any shortage or without any losing data packets of your data. It will be stored across cloud platforms, across data centers. So what are all these especially? So cloud providers provide 6 types of volumes. So one is GP2, one is GP3, and another one is IO1, IO2, ST1, SC1, and finally standard block storage. Why these multiple types? It provides multiple types to select based on our needs. It means if I want to run an application, maybe I will choose GP2 or GP3. GP3 is most widely used and it is stable and it is safe and it is provide consistency, and moreover that it is our cost friendly. Nothing that more than that, it performs very well and it suitable for most of the workloads in the world. But if we want consistent work, if we want better performance than normal workloads, then we must go with IO2, where it provides provisioned IOPS, which means input output per second will be higher, and these GP3 and IO2 are solid state drives, so they are faster than hard disk drives. So why I am talking about IO2? IO2 is called IO2 especially for provision IOPS, which means input output per second is highly available to reduce low latency and available anytime, and to access the data with short period of time, and to read and write input output per second, it will be more helpful. For example, to maintaining a database, maybe we can choose IO2. It helpful much better than GP3, but GP3 is mostly chosen, and first we must go with GP3. If it is not better to our workloads, then we can choose IO2. And next thing, ST1. What's about ST1? ST1 is all about throughput. Throughput means it processes the large data files which are stored and write, which means they support read and write throughputs in a order. A large data which stores the sequential data, it can be used for large data, for log files, for processing the big data, or like database storage, which means for example a database need to be rewrite again, or it need to be concised, or it need to be prepared for the documentation preparation. Then these devices are helpful, and they are not much frequently accessed. They support for infrequent access, but they support for processing the large data, and they are like much helpful. So most widely used is GP3, IO2 and ST1. Remaining are standard. There is a standard volume which is magnetic and it is not much used, and it is rarely selected hard disk drive. It is legacy. That's all I know about. And next one is cold hard disk drive, which means infrequently access. We can store the data for long period of time, but accessing it For infrequent access, we can choose it. It is not much available or much better than the ST1 and IO1. IO1 and IO2. IO2 works much better than IO1, and it is least privileged IOPS. It is more than we expect. And GP2 and GP3. GP3 is most widely used for the most of the workloads. GP2 is not much used than nowadays. Even if we don't want to load the workloads, or if we don't want to maintain the workload for a long period of time, maybe we go with GP2. GP2 is used for normal practice sessions further. That's it. I work with GP2 because I do not put any bigger workloads to work for, and I do not deploy any applications for a long period of time. I will just use it for 1 hour or 2 hours, then I will delete it again. So I will choose GP2 for these scenarios. And if I want to maintain the workload for a long period of time, maybe for 1 or 2 years or for 10 months, I will choose GP3. It works better than GP2. And these are called the AWS volumes provided by the AWS for persistent storage and to maintain the data of the instances. These volumes are created and attached to the EC2 instance. So not only OS storage, there are 2 instances, or for an instance we store or we attach two volumes. One is OS volume, one is OS hard disk drive, where OS is occupied by most of the place, and second one is instance volume, the volume which stores the log data or database data or about application data. We use this. The OS related files and the credentials and the configuration files and the logs are stored in the OS data or stored in the OS hard disk drive. That's it. Yes, I need to sound much better, but it's okay. Even from the past 3 days, I have been why I have to record this video? Maybe I will do it tomorrow. I am like that, but I am not giving up myself. Even it's 11:30, but I am showing up myself to prove myself. That's it. I don't know where I will be, but gathering these seeds day by day is much better than stopping in between and quitting in between. Yes, from my inner self there are thoughts like, let we do it tomorrow, why we have to record a video, let's skip for this today, but I am recording the video, I'm wearing a shirt, and I'm just starting speaking. Still, I'm not pushing myself to write down. If I write down things, then I will speak more better. Maybe I will speak much better than now if I write the things. But my mind is not supporting to do it. Even that, I'm just starting the video to record something and to speak up something. Even I didn't have much more terminology about the topics I'm talking about. But the thing is, we need to show up. First of all, we need to speak up. Then only everything will be fine. That's what I am doing. But I want to be much better than this. I want to sound confident. To sound confident, I need to gather words. To gather words, I need to write in different perspectives, and I need to think in different perspectives. But it's not supporting me. But I am pushing myself to do something. But I do not skip even one day. Just I show up every day, and I will explain something. Yesterday I talked about DNS and networking topics. Today I talk about volumes. Tomorrow I will talk about something. That's it. Thank you.